Good morning to all, and we are meeting after a long time interval, and you know that we are busy with the second year classes. We have to complete the lessons, theory and practicals before March 17th. So we are in a busy schedule to complete the lessons within the short period. So as far as you are concerned, you will get a little more time to complete the portions. So we are in a busy schedule, so the first year lessons are somewhat slower comparatively. And another thing is that most of you are not interested to lessons, see the videos and write the notes completely because you are engaged in some other programs. I know that. So as far as the teachers are concerned, it is a first incidence in the school. So I am very bothered about that. I am very serious about that. Anyhow, we have to complete the lessons within the speculated time. So we can meet within a short time, I think, because I have to complete the second chapter very soon and I have to put a test paper within 1 week. So I will complete the lessons, complete the morphology of the angiosperm within 2 or 3 periods. And you are asked to meet directly to me, and I think that we discussed the lessons related to the part of the flower, typical angiosperm flower. And typical angiosperm flower consists of 4 portions. And outermost and innermost part of the flower is called gynoecium. It is made up of carpels. It has 3 portions, as you know: the basal round part called ovary, an elongated style, and a tip called stigma. And this contains a tissue called placenta, and inside the placenta there is a structure called ovule. So this is a structure of gynoecium, which is the female reproductive part of the flower. And next, outer to that there is a male part of the flower called as androecium. It is made up of stamens, and each stamen consists of an elongated stalk-like part called filament. At the tip there is an anther. And inside the anther there is microsporangia and pollen grains are present. So this is the main part of the flower called androecium. And outer to androecium there is a colored part of the flower called as petals. This is the green, red or yellow colored part of the flower, white part of the flower called as corolla. And this is made up of petals. Petals may be joined or free. If the petals are joined, it is called what? Gamopetalous condition. If the petals are not joined, it is called polypetalous condition, and the petals attract the insect for pollination. Then the outermost part of the flower is called calyx or sepals. Calyx, this is made up of sepals, and sepals protect the flowering bud condition, and sepals may be free or joined, polysepalous or gamosepalous condition. Arrangement of sepal and petal is called aestivation. So I think we discussed up to the parts of the typical angiosperm flower. And something related to flower again is that the flower carpels may be free or joined, apocarpus and syncarpus condition is already explained. Then there are 2 types of flowers: unisexual and bisexual flowers. Flowers are 2 types: bisexual and unisexual. Bisexual flowers are otherwise called hermaphrodite, as you know in the case of animals. Hermaphrodite or bisexual, unisexual flowers. Bisexual means bi means 2. If the flower contains both sex organs, both androecium and gynoecium, such flowers are called bisexual flower, as in the case of hibiscus or any other plant. Flower contains both androecium and gynoecium. Both androecium and gynoecium are called as bisexual flower. This is a gynoecium and androecium. Such flowers which contain both androecium and gynoecium are called bisexual flowers. So, or in the case of animals, we are using the term hermaphrodite, both gynoecium and androecium. And some of the flowers contain either androecium or gynoecium. Such flowers are called unisexual flowers. There are 2 types: Some of the flowers are called as male flowers. Some of the flowers are called as female flowers. Male flowers are called as staminate flower and female flowers are called pistillate flower. Staminate and pistillate flower. Male flower means the flower contain only androecium. See, the flower contain only androecium are called male flowers. So this is the flower contain only androecium, male part. Such flowers are called male flower or staminate flower. Listen very carefully. And some of the flower contain gynoecium only, no androecium. Such flowers contain either gynoecium only. Such flowers are called female flowers or pistillate flower. Gynoecium is otherwise called as pistil. So there are two types of flowers, male flowers and female flowers, staminate flowers or pistillate flower. So flowers are of two types, unisexual and bisexual. Unisexual, male flowers and female flowers. Then another topic is that flowers can be based on the symmetry of the flower. Flowers are of three types. Based on the symmetry of the flower, flowers are of three types. Symmetry. In zoology, you might have heard about radial symmetry, bilateral symmetry, similarly. So some of the flowers are, we can divide. Flowers can be divided into in any plane. So based on the symmetry, you studied in zoology, radial symmetry, bilateral symmetry, like there are three types of flowers based on the symmetry. Symmetry based on that, there are three types of flowers. See, some of the flowers are called as actinomorphic. Actinomorphic. Actinomorphic means flowers may be actinomorphic. It can be represented by this symbol. This can be cut into equal halves in any plane. Take the hibiscus flower. This is important for practicals. Hibiscus flower or datura flower or cucumber flower. We can take the flower like that. We can cut into equal halves in any plane passing through the center. If you are keeping the flower like that, we can cut the flower in this plane, we can cut in this manner, we can cut in this manner, we can cut in any plane, we will get equal halves. Cutting should pass through the center. See, if we are getting equal halves in any plane passing through the center, such flowers are called actinomorphic. We represent by this symbol, hibiscus flower. Example for actinomorphic flower, round flower, circular flower. In animal kingdom, it is called as radial symmetry. You might have heard about radial symmetry, getting equal halves. Starfish is an example for radial symmetry. Starfish, we will get equal halves in any plane. Hydra, radial symmetry. Like that, flowers can be cut into equal halves in any plane passing through the center is called a radial symmetry or actinomorphic. Hibiscus flower is an example. Cucumber flower is an example. Then second one is called zygomorphic. Zygomorphic. It is equal to bilateral symmetry in animals. Bilateral symmetry. Zygomorphic. The symbol we represent like this. Or now we represent the symbol like this. In morphology, in taxonomy, everything is represented by symbol for practicals. So, bilateral symmetry, example, pea plant, pea flower or beans flower are all bilateral symmetry. What is zygomorphic or bilateral symmetry in animals? What is zygomorphic? Getting equal halves in one plane only. Bilateral symmetry. We are bilateral symmetry. Bilateral, both sides symmetric. We will get equal halves in this plane only. Cutting through this plane, we will get equal halves, only one plane. In this plane we are cutting, we will not get equal halves. We will get equal halves in one plane only. Cutting like that. Bilateral symmetry or zygomorphic. See? The flowers which can be divided into equal halves in one plane only are called as zygomorphic. The case of beans or pea plant, you can see beans flower, pea flower. It is not a circular. It is somewhat compressed like that. So some such flowers are called zygomorphic. Will get equal halves in any plane are called radial symmetry. Will get equal halves in one plane are called bilateral symmetry or zygomorphic, similar to human beings. And some of the flowers are called asymmetric. ASSME. Asymmetric. Orchid flowers are mostly asymmetric. Asymmetric means flowers are irregular. We cannot divide the flowers into equal halves in any plane. In any plane, in no plane, we cannot cut the flower into equal halves. Flowers are totally irregular. Orchids flowers are examples. Such flowers which cannot be divided into equal halves in any plane are called asymmetric. Which can be divided in one plane are called zygomorphic. Which can be divided in any plane are called radial symmetric or actinomorphic. So flowers based on the symmetry, they are of the three types: actinomorphic, zygomorphic or asymmetric. Then see the next topic related to flower. Flowers, the number of parts may vary. Number of parts may vary. You can see some of the flowers contain 3 petals, some contain 4 petals, some contain 5 petals, or some contain 6 petals. Number of parts may be vary from flower to flower. Some of the flowers contain parts are 3 or multiples of 3. 3 petals. See, petals are 3 in number. 3 petals, 3 sepals, 3 numbers, 3 stamens. 3 stamens. Such flowers are called as trimerous flower. Coconut is an example. Coconut is an example. Monocots are examples. Typical example is coconut. Flowers are 3 or coconut is an example. You see the flower of coconut, 3 or multiples of 3 as in monocot. Such flowers are called trimerous flower. Tri means 3. Trimerous means flower parts are not flowers. Flower parts are 3 or multiples of 3. Such flowers are called trimerous flowers. Coconut is an example. Monocots are examples. And some of the flowers are called tetramerous. Tetramerous. As a case of Ixora, you know the flower is like that. See, flower parts are 4 or multiples of 4. 4 petals, 4 stamens, 4 sepals, 4. Such flowers are called tetramerous. 1, 2, 3, 4 petals, 4 sepals, 4 stamens. Tetramerous. And in the case of hibiscus, it is called as pentamerous. In hibiscus, it is called Ixora, I-X-O-R-A, Ixora, you know the flower, Ixora flower, tetramerous. And in the case of hibiscus, pentamerous. Hibiscus is an example for pentamerous. See, petals are 5. Petals are 5 in number. Sepals are 5 in number. Stamens are 5 in number. Such are called pentamerous. So, based on the number of parts, flowers are of 3 types. Trimerous, parts are 3 or multiples of 3. And tetramerous, 4 or multiples of 4. Pentamerous, 5 or multiples of 5. 6 are, if that is 6, it comes trimerous. Trimerous means 3 or multiples of 3. So, 6 is a multiple of 3. So, petals are 6, it is called what? Trimerous. 9 trimerous, 8 tetramerous, 10 pentamerous. So anyhow, flowers are of 3 types: trimerous, tetramerous and pentamerous. See, next one, based on the symmetry, then comes hypoglydes. Based on the position of ovary, flowers are of 3 types. Based on the position of ovary flowers are of three types that we can discuss. That is very important. Position of ovary. A flower contains four parts, as you know: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Of the four parts, which occupies the highest position? Which occupies the highest position? Ovary occupies. Sometimes ovary is the top position. Then comes below. Then comes androecium. Below comes. I will draw one diagram. Some of the flower is called hypogynous flower. Hypogynous flower. Flowers are called hypogynous flower. In the case of hibiscus, the flower is hypogynous flower. See, I will draw the diagram. You can copy the diagram from the textbook. See, this is the pedicel. Tip of the pedicel is enlarged in the structure called thalamus or receptacle, as you know. See, tip of the pedicel is enlarged in the structure called thalamus or receptacle. And we have to represent four parts on the thalamus. See, this is the ovary, gynoecium. Occupies the highest position. See, the thalamus, ovary occupies the topmost position. Then below that there is androecium. See, below that there is no so difference. Just I am going for that. Below that there is the androecium. Below that there is a petal. Petal is below that. And below that there is a sepal. See, four parts are arranged. This is the sepal, petal, androecium, gynoecium, or that calyx, corolla. See, calyx, corolla. We can represent by calyx by K, not C, but we are writing C-O-R-O-L-L-A, but we are writing K for seeing the difference between the two C and K. So, here four parts are there. Which is the highest position? Highest position occupy the ovary, gynoecium. Below that androecium. Below that petal. Below that sepal. Ovary occupies the highest position. Such flowers are called hypogynous. Ovary is said to be superior ovary. Ovary superior. What do you mean by superior? Occupies the highest position is called as superior. So, such flowers are called hypogynous flower. What do you mean of hypo? Hypo means below. Hypo means below. Hypogynous means below gynoecium. What is below gynoecium? Other parts are below gynoecium. Other parts are below gynoecium. Such flowers are called hypogynous. So, who is above? Gynoecium is above. Gynoecium is superior. So, flowers are called hypogynous flowers. Ovary is called superior. Ovary occupies the highest position. Below that, below that, below that. Hibiscus flower is like that. Cucumber flower is like that. So, such flowers are called hypogynous flower. Ovary is said to be superior. In hypogynous flower, ovary occupies the highest position. Other parts are below the ovary or gynoecium. Okay, this is called hypogynous flower. See, then comes the perigynous flower. Second type of flower is called a perigynous flower. As the case of beans or like plants, pea plant, perigynous flower. Perigynous flower, I will draw the diagram. Pedicel, the thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure. See? The thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure. Thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure. From the center of the cup, gynoecium originates. From the center of the cup. You can follow the diagram. Gynoecium originates from the center of the cup-shaped thalamus. Androecium here. Margin of the cup contains androecium. Petals here. Petals here. Sepals here. See, this kind of flowers are called perigynous flower. Ovary is said to be of inferior. So, then comes the calyx, corolla, then andrecium, then gynoecium. Have a label. So what happens? What is the difference? Thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure. From the center of the cup, gynoecium originates. Other parts originate from the margin of cup-shaped thalamus. Here the flower is said to be perigynous and the ovary is half inferior. Okay, that comes example beans or examples are there like that. Then third type of flower is called as epigynous flower. Epigynous flower. Epigynous flower in the case of apple or guava. These are all examples of epigynous flower. In epigynous flower, similarly, thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure. Thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure like this. Thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure as in the case of perigynous flower. And ovary originates from the base of cup-shaped thalamus. Ovary originates from the base of cup-shaped thalamus. Originates from the base of cup-shaped thalamus like this. And ovary is completely fused with thalamus. Ovary fused with thalamus. We cannot see what is ovary and thalamus. We cannot differentiate. See, ovary is completely fused with thalamus. We cannot differentiate which is thalamus, which is ovary. We cannot see difference. See, this is the fused ovary. And other parts, andrecium, petal, sepal, andrecium, petal, sepal, originate from the above the ovary. See, above the ovary. This is called, such flowers are called, ovary is called inferior ovary. Ovary is inferior. Inferior means what is the meaning of inferior? Lowest position is called inferior. Highest position is called superior. Between the two is called half inferior. Here, what happens? Thalamus, as in case of guava or apple, thalamus forms a cup-shaped structure. Ovary originates from the base of the cup-shaped thalamus. But ovary and thalamus is completely joined. In the perigynous, ovary thalamus is not joined. Here, ovary and thalamus is completely joined together. We cannot see differentiate between the ovary and thalamus. Other parts originate above the ovary, above the level of ovary. Andrecium, see, and we have the label andrecium, corolla, calyx, gynoecium. Gynoecium lowest, other parts above. Epigynous, epi, below. Epi means above. Epigynous, above gynoecium, epigynous. So there are three types of flower. You watch this clearly, you understand that. Watch the video very clearly. Hypogynous, epigynous, perigynous, three types of flowers based on the position of ovary, where the ovary is situated in the flower. Highest position, lowest position, between the two. That is called hypogynous, epigynous and perigynous condition. Then comes the next topic called as aestivation. This next topic is very important one. Aestivation. 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 I will send the note very soon. Aestivation means arrangement of sepal and petal is called aestivation. Arrangement of sepal and petal is called aestivation. You have to study four types of aestivation. How the petals and sepals are arranged in the flower. For that purpose, you have to observe the flower in this position. In this position, we have to observe the flower. If you are keeping the flower in this manner, we cannot understand that. We have to keep the flower in this position. And based on that, there are four types of flowers are present. Four types of flowers are present. Aestivation is present in the flower. Not four types, five types are there. You have to study only four types. Arrangement of sepal and petal is called aestivation. First one, valvate aestivation. See, valvate aestivation as in the case of hibiscus. Valvate aestivation. Valvate aestivation means no overlapping. You can see the diagram in the textbook very clearly. The valvate aestivation, see, 5 petals are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals are there. If there are 5 petals, they are arranged in non-overlapping manner. They are arranged in non-overlapping manner. See the diagram like that. 1, second one, third one, fourth one, and fifth one. See, valvate, not touching each other. See, not overlapping, not touching each other. Maybe touching like that. This is called valvate aestivation. See, 5 petals are there. They are not overlapping. What is the meaning of overlapping? If comes like that, this is called as overlapping. Not overlapping. Valvate aestivation. 5 petals are there. Here, 5 petals are free. This is called polypetalous. And when we have to draw the diagram, floral diagram, if we draw like this is the meaning of joined. If you can draw like that, this is called joined. What is the term for that? If the petals are joined, it is called what? Gamopetalous. We join like that. Joined petals. You can draw joined or not. Poly or gamo. This is called 5 petals are free from one another or they are not overlapping. It's called as valvate aestivation. You can do the same diagram. Valvate aestivation. Valvate aestivation. Then second comes twisted aestivation. Twisted aestivation. Hibiscus petals are twisted. Twisted means one side overlapping like this. Twisted aestivation. I will do that. Twisted aestivation. 5 petals are there. We can cut into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 petals are there. We can cut like that. 5 petals are there. See like this. Twisted aestivation. See, twisted we can do like that. See. See, twisted aestivation. Inside inner, one side outer. See. Twisted means one side inner, sorry for that. One side inner, one side outer. That is arrangement. I am sorry for that. One side inner, one side inner, outer. See, inside, outside. See. Inner, outer. Comes inner, like that. It's called as twisted aestivation. See, one side inner, one side outer. See, one side inner, one side outer, one side outer, one side outer inner, outer inner, outer inner, outer inner. See, overlapping like this. That is called as twisted aestivation. See, here not overlapping valvate, overlapping twisted aestivation. Then third one comes imbricate aestivation. Third one called as imbricate aestivation. Imbricate aestivation is seen in plants like cassia. In cassia like plants, imbricate aestivation. Imbricate means one side, one petal is completely inner. See, I will do that. Imbricate aestivation like this. Cutting into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cut like that. Then imbricate aestivation, I will show that how imbricate comes. Imbricate aestivation, one petal completely inner. Both sides are inner. Others are in and out. This is in and out. This is in and out. The other is completely Other is in and out. This is completely outer. See, you can see that this is completely inner. This is in, outer, inner, say outer, inner. This is in, outer, one side outer, one side inner. This is in, outer, out and in. This is completely outer. That is called one completely inner, one completely outer. Others are in and out. Three are in and out. It is called as imbricate estivation. Then last comes the vexillary estivation. Fourth one, vexillary estivation. Vexillary estivation seen in very rare plants like beans or pea plant. Vexillary estivation. Very rare plant. The family, Fabaceae family. Vexillary estivation. There are 5 petals in beans or pea plant. There is a large petal called as standard petal. 1 petal. Inner to that there are 2 petals. 2 petals like that. Inner to that there are 2 petals. And these 2 petals are joined here. And this petal is called standard petal, and these petals are called wing petals, and these petals are called keel petals, KWL. So this is a very particularity of the family, Fabaceae, beans family, pea family. You can see that vexillary estivation is very important for identification. One standard petal, complete outer. Inside there are 2 wing petals. Inside that there are 2 keel petals which are joined. Here the 2 petals are joined. Keel petals are joined. This type of estivation is called vexillary estivation. So there are 4 types of estivation. Valvate estivation, not overlapping. Twisted estivation, overlapping. Imbricate estivation, one inner, one outer, others in and out. Then vexillary estivation, 1 standard petal, 2 wing petal and 2 keel petals which are joined. So there are 4 types of estivation in angiosperms. Then comes to next topic, that is called placentation. It's very important, placentation. Placentation means arrangement of ovules on the placenta. See, placentation. Placentation. Arrangement of ovules on the placenta is called basal placentation. Arrangement of ovules on the placenta. I show that this is the ovary, gynoecium. There is a tissue called placenta. Placenta is here. So ovules are present on the placenta. See? If the placenta is here, suppose in many plants, placenta is here. So ovules can be present at that region. In some cases, placenta is here. The ovules are present there. So like that, where the placenta is present, ovules are present there. This arrangement of ovules on the ovary, on the placenta is called placentation. It's very important for examination point. Arrangement of ovules on the placenta is called placentation. There are 5 types of placentation. There are 5 types of placentation. First of all, axile placentation. We call it as axile placentation. Axile placentation. In the case of hibiscus, the placentation is axile. Axile placentation means placenta is attached on the axis of the ovary. See, like that. See, the placenta can be seen. This is the cross section of ovary. This gynoecium we are cutting like this. This gynoecium we are cutting like this. We are cutting the gynoecium like this. Cross section. If we are cutting like, you can see, call it as cross section. CS. Cross section. We can cut the gynoecium like that. See, we will get like that. You take hibiscus flower and cut like this. So here you can see the placenta. Placenta is seen on the axis of ovary. Such a placentation is called, as in here, ovules can be seen like this. Axial placentation. Placenta is present on the central axis of ovary, and ovary is multi-chamber. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chambers are there. So axial placenta. Placenta is seen on the axis of ovary, that is called axial placentation. And this is seen in hibiscus, etc. And then comes the marginal placentation. Marginal placentation can be seen in, see, second one, marginal placentation. Second one, marginal placentation. In plants like pea plant, we can see marginal placentation. In marginal placentation, you see the beans or pea plant like this. Beans or pea plant like this. You can see beans or pea plant. You can see ovules here. Ovule develop into seed. You can see ovules here. Marginal placentation. Margin of the ovary. Margin of the ovary is called marginal placentation. Margin of the ovary. Placenta is present here. You can see this is the seed or ovule. Ovule develop into seed. You take the example of a beans or pea plant. The seeds are attached on the margin of the ovary. Seeds are attached on the margin of the fruit. So, of the placenta is present on the margin is called marginal placentation. Second one is the marginal placentation. And third one, parietal placentation. Parietal placentation. Third one, P-A-R-I-E-T-A-L. Parietal placentation. Parietal placentation means ovules are present on the wall of the ovary, inner wall of the ovary, like this. See? Like this. Ovules are, this is the cross section of ovary, and see, placenta is present here. 1, 2, 3. Carpel, 1 carpel, 2 carpel, 3 carpel. And here, ovary is present. Placenta is present on the place, margin of the ovary where carpels join. You can see ovules here. As in the case of cucumber, prickly cucumber, typical example. Cucumbers are like that. See, parietal placentation. See, 1 carpel, 2 carpel, 3 carpel. 1, 2 join, here there is a placenta. 2, 3 join, here there is a placenta. 1, 3 join, here there is a placenta. So this is called a marginal placentation, where the carpels will join together. It's called parietal placentation, where placenta is present in the place where the carpels join together. Parietal placentation. And then comes free central placentation, central part of the ovary. Fourth one, free central placentation. Very rare case is there. Free central placentation in dianthus like plant, primrose like plants. Free central means if you are taking the cross section of the ovary, you can see the placenta is present at the central region of the ovary. See, this is the placenta. Free central placentation. Free central placentation. Similar to axile, but in axile, chambers are present. Chambers are present. Here ovary there is no chamber. Only one chamber. Only one chamber is there. Not this partition wall is absent. So in the free central placentation, the ovules are present on the placenta, which is present at the center of the ovary, where it is not many chamber. Only one chamber is there. So this is very similar to axial placentation, but there is only one chamber, free central placentation. Then comes the fifth one, that fifth type of placentation is called basal placentation. Basal placentation, ovary is present at the, ovules are present on the basal part of the ovary. This is the gynoecium, this is the basal part of the ovary. Here ovules are present on the basal part of the, this is the placenta. This is the placenta. This is the ovules. ovule. This is the placenta. Placenta is present at the base of the ovary. This is called basal placentation. So there are 5 types of placentation: marginal placentation, axial placentation, parietal placentation, free central placentation, and basal placentation. Base of the ovary. Placenta is present on the base of the ovary. So this is the placentation. So placentation, estivation, different types are over. Then comes the last topic is there, something related to fruits, and then comes something related to seed or like that. Only a little small topic is there related to fruits and seeds. We can complete by next class. So after the next class, you have to face the examination including 2 chapters. You have to complete the notes before that. I will give the notes of this complete chapter today itself. You have to complete the notes. I will give the assignment also in the next class. So you have to complete the notes and assignments when we are coming for the class test or examination to the school. Okay, you listen, complete the works totally. Don't engage in any other activities, because I know that you are doing something like that. So engage in complete full activities, because time is very precious. So complete the notes, see the all videos correctly once or twice. You try to follow the lessons by taking the note and text very clearly. Okay, complete the notes. I will send the notes today itself. Okay.